Okay, cool, we're rolling. Hello everybody and welcome back to the People's Interview, and we've got the MVP of today's Versus Fighting 3, Mr. Ryan Hart.
Hello.
Yeah, like I said, I think you came first in Tekken, first in Super Turbo, and you just missed it to first in AE, and you came second.
That's right.
And like I said, you're a multi-game specialist. Now, that's a mad rarity, because I'm just scratching my head trying to think of multi-game specialists, at least in the UK, and the only other person I can think of is probably Christina.
Is Christina even still playing? I haven't seen her at any tournaments. I mean, I know she does play a few different games, but I don't think she's active at the moment. I don't know. I haven't. Maybe she's at SVB today, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen her playing for a while. So yeah, but yeah, she plays Tekken and KOF. So she plays a few games. Yeah, Guilty Gear. So yeah, she's definitely one of the other multi-game players as well.
I just want to get something right. Originally, didn't you start off in like Tekken? Because I remember, like everybody else, seeing you on the Games Master. Oh, that was a program.
Yes, the Games Master TV show appearance. That was a classic. From my teenage years. Yeah, that was a fun time. But I started out on Street Fighter 2, actually. Street Fighter 2, when it was, fresh in the arcades, massive sprites, in comparison to the first one. It was a game that took everyone's attention away from all the games that they were playing and shifted them over to that. And that's where I started. I wasn't very good though, but yeah, I gave it a go and it's all started from there. So I think Street Fighter 2 was the first one. Then I played a few SNK games, Samurai Showdown, and I think, what else did I play? I can't remember now. It's been a while back. I played Power Instinct on the SNES, Mortal Kombat, Fatal Fury, that's it, yeah, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, Fatal Fury 3, Art Fighting 1, 2, 3. Lots of different games. Karnov's Revenge, that was a classic. Breakers, played a bit of that. There's a few. Kizuna Encounter, there's all different games we used to play. Burning Fight, I know it's not one-on-one, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite SNK games at the time. And then, World Heroes, sort of a bit later on. And then it just all moved along, and then Tekken 1, I think, Tekken 1 and Tekken 2, Tekken 2 in 95.
Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah. Oh, I remember Tekken Tag 1. Yeah, was it? You were in casinos.
Actual Tekken 1, like not Tekken Tag 1.
Oh, damn.
Tekken 1, yeah, Tekken 1. And then Tekken 2 in 95, I entered the Nationals. And it was the first time I actually placed in a tournament. It was my first ever tournament where I actually got somewhere, and I got fourth in the UK Nationals. So I was really happy about that in 95. And then the next year, I was playing King of Fighters 94 and 95, and then when King of Fighters 96 came out, then I finally won a tournament in 96. That was the first time I actually ever won a tournament.
No, because I was about to say, I remember that epic time in casinos when you were playing Tekken Tag 1. I think you clocked 87 wins, bloody hell.
Yeah, that took a long time, especially on Tekken Tag, where it's all about spacing and waiting your opponent out and stuff. So yeah, that was an epic streak. I think it was with King and Armor King as well, so yeah, that was pretty cool.
Because I was just thinking, how much money did you give casinos that day?
Well, actually, my first sponsorship with Namco was because I could make the arcade a lot of money. So Namco Wonder Park saw value in that and thought, hang on a minute, if we pay for this guy to play, he's going to make money faster than if we let people just play the CPU and play the game out, because he's going to beat people so much quicker. And they thought of that and then approached me and said, we're going to pay for all your credits and your travel and your food, and your meals. And that was my first sponsorship when I was 18.
Excellent. And I've known you're a massive advocate. Much like most of the other top players, you advocate traveling is definitely beneficial. Because obviously, I bumped into you not so long ago at CEO, and that was an awesome event. Shout out to Jabali, I'm still wearing your shirt. And yeah, do you definitely advocate traveling? Because let's face it, you're from London, innit? It's like, aren't all the strong players from London anyway? Shouldn't, people come to London if they want to, instead of expecting to traveling to other events?
I think that nowadays, the experience gap is getting larger and larger based on people not moving around. And what you'll find is if you travel around, you find, one, that actually there's a lot of goodness where you're from, but two, you find that there's a lot of goodness at the place you're at and that you can actually learn from them. And I think if everyone travels a bit more, you can learn from each other, get and give back. And that's what will eventually that's what helps to build a bigger community. And, it's like coming together at majors like CEO where we met all the American guys in Florida and stuff like that, where you actually get to find out, oh, hang on a minute, I actually know more about this matchup than so-and-so, or they know more about this than I do, and stuff like that. And of course, if you go to America, then they've got a lot of variety on Marvel, which we don't have, and they have, you know, things that we don't. Basically, there's a lot of things we don't have, and there's a lot of things that they have. So traveling around, you know, gets you to sort of appreciate what you can, you know, start to try to give back to your own community, because you'll go places and learn stuff. You know, the Dominican Republic guys, great guys, came to VXG and they played all of us and learned a lot about Street Fighter that they didn't know. So I'm sure that they've gone back to where they're from and taught all the people that, you know, where they're from about, you know, what tech they saw a certain player do, and that's now helped them to grow as players as well. So I think the more we do that, the better it is for our own scenes and as well as for us individually.
Okay. Now that you mention it, because obviously I've had a long talks with Rolando and stuff like that. How was VXG? Because obviously there's a lot of controversy surrounding that. I take it you had an awesome time there.
Rolando was great. He was a really good host. I had a really fun time. The food was great. The weather was even better. The beaches were awesome. The tournament was fun as well. I had a great time. And I would definitely go again next year. You know, if it was, you know, just like thinking about if they host another one, I think they will. I'm definitely up for going.
Yeah, one more thing before I let you go. What have you thought about Versus Fighting 3 so far? And of course, the people that run it, the Electronic Dojo people.
Oh, these guys are great. Justin, all these guys doing an amazing job. I'm really happy to see that they, you know, carried it out again this year. I came to Versus Fighting 1, I think, back I think a couple of years ago. And no, I'm happy that they did this. I'm glad I came out. It's been really fun. And I think the tournament's been run really well as well, which is nice, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, actually, no, one last thing, because obviously I was at CEO. I believe you're actually a breakdancer, and I was waiting for a really, really elaborate routine, but you cut it short by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to keep the priority on the actual match itself, because it's actually not about how good I can dance. It's actually about me kicking K-Brad's ass, which I did. So, you know, it was all about actually getting the focus to be on the game. Obviously, I wanted to make it a bit of fun, a little intro, but the seriousness of the match is what, you know, took precedence there. And I sort of sat down and got into my game mode fairly quickly. And yeah, that was it. It was just a little fun. And yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Again, you're much like myself. I'm of an older generation, and you carrying on and kicking people's asses and getting high encourages me with hope that I can still do stuff.
Yes.
I hope.
You can indeed. You can indeed. Never lose hope. Never lose hope.
Thank you very much. Cool.